Welcome back, folks. It is the Voice of Onewheel brought to you by StreetShred.com. Give them a look. They support us, so we want to support them. Hey, we've got a big one for you today. Jim Hertel joins the show. He's ready to rock from Florida. Lyle is here. Where the fuck is Belly?
I don't know, man. I was on the phone with him earlier, actually.
So I'm sure he'll wake up at some point and hop in. We've got some really good audio from Belly that I think you're going to want to hear. He's unhinged, and it will happen at about 12:32. What would Jim say? Plus, of course, the kids are going to be, we're gromming it today. We've got, we're highlighting the one-wheel children, if you will. What's that?
Woo!
Yeah, look at that. They're already ready to go in the social media lounge, and so are you. So thank you for joining us from wherever you are. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your day. It's an hour here, ready to go, shouting one wheels from the top of the roof, spreading the Stoke, unless you're a Stoke sponge, in which case, you get out. So let's get to it, because I want to really just pack it in today with a whole bunch of stuff. Starting with, I break my board, and it won't turn on anymore. Lyle, it still will not turn on, my friend. I tried it this morning, nothing. So what's happening?
Why are you so rough? Why are you so rough with your toys, man? What's going on?
Listen. Here's the deal. And I will open it up to our group in a second, but I would like to paint the picture and then ask, has that happened to you, the one-wheel rider at home, and those of us here in the group? Gustavo Porras will join us. Dante Dee, Blazer Banzai is how you know him. Of course, Nick from PinkOak. Bob Nicholson's here. I mean, One Wheel, One Family is here. It's just a lot to do today. But before we do it, guys, I'm on my board and it just turns off. And I will say, I'm so proud of myself because the first foot pad to touch the ground was the back foot. I'm gonna brush my shoulders off a little bit and just tell you how good that feels as we invite Belly's Belly into the show. Hi, Belly.
Oh, there's a show today?
What's good? What's up, man? I don't hear him. Is your audio on? Are you here?
It's a great feeling to not smack your face or your elbow, man.
Yeah. All right. So that I'm sure was Gustavo. But yes, I will tell you right now, I was coming up to a curb. The power just cut off and my back pad starts skidding as if I did it on purpose. If you saw me like from the car on the street, you'd have been like, damn, that was smooth. That was pretty good. Pretty good.
Adam, I'm sorry.
What?
The same thing happened to me a couple of weeks ago, though.
But
With,
Adam,
like tying my kids. I know you're feeling, though. I know you're feeling. I know that feeling costs a lot.
It's a safety feature from the board, actually, that is just Captain Morganing you and putting you down, tail down.
No. Oh, no. No. Lyle, stay on there. I will hold you to the fire right now. Listen, guy. I've had that feeling. I know exactly what you mean. This was something that's only happened to me one time, and it was yesterday. Click, off. Click. I felt a click, and it was off. And I can't turn it on now. It just clicked off. And then, like, the first thing to go down. Now, I will say a detail I left out. I was braking. So, yeah, of course, my back pad hit first. I was braking. I was coming up to a curb. And so, I'm on my back pad. I'm back heavy, probably 60-40. And click. It just clicks off. Slam to the ground like that. It wasn't a slow. It just bam. And I just rode it out and then hopped off. And now my one wheel will not turn on. And I was riding on a dry day, but there's ice that's just kind of around. It's like slush now. And I was just kind of going through that. And so some slush had formed on top of each inner part of the foot pad. And I just got off, kicked it off, kept riding. 2 seconds later, click, off, bam, slide, jump. I feel like a stud, but now, walk of shame, 8 football fields, 40-degree incline. I mean, it was the worst. So, Lyle, what happened to my board?
It's dead.
Like, what does that mean, dead? Give me hope.
You need to go to StokeLifeService.com and search your your zip code and find your nearest Stoke light.
Isn't that you?
Like a boat.
I think
Break out another 1,000, Adam. Break out another 1,000.
You don't use the app, so
forget repairs, man. Buy a lottery ticket. It sounds like you're hella lucky right now.
You don't use your phone, and so I'm like, hey, did you see any errors? And then I stopped because I know you don't use your phone, and I'm like, all right.
I have never once turned on my One Wheel app since owning my XR. I just don't need it.
Crazy.
I don't need it. What do you need it for?
For the error codes to find out what the hell happened under your foot.
Battery level, maybe.
But battery level, he's actually pretty good, Bob. Bob, I'll tell you this.
All right,
he's actually pretty good looking at that indicator on the side and like watching the flashes and go, about 70%.
I've never used that once ever.
Bob Nicholson from Bob's Stoke Shop. Bob and Gustavo, I'm going to get to you in just a second, my friend. I can't wait to. We've got a lot of people in here. Bob, what happened to my board, bro?
Your board?
Yeah.
You probably got it wet and it broke.
But don't they smash champagne on it on the side of the thing of it on the ads? Like, what's the deal here?
Put it down softly, why don't you?
I don't know. Usually, I take my electronics outside and throw them in the snow. That's usually what I do.
And ride it through salty roads, right? That just got treated.
Take it to the beach. It's always what I always do with my board.
Bob just dropping bombs over here. Thanks a lot, Bob. Let's go to Gustavo. He seems nicer than you right now.
Hey, what's up?
Uh-oh.
I love Bob.
Hey, Gustavo, your turn.
If you're ever in California and this happens to you, Bob's Stoke Shop is where you go.
Should I do like this?
He's the best. Yes, Gustavo, what is up, dude? What do you think happened to my board? Give me some hope.
Well, dude, I think you're asking the wrong guy. Only thing, all my stuff, I just send it to get repaired to a friend of mine. I mean, used to be my guy a long time ago, and he passed away. Bad news. Now I send it to Wheels. That he's like not even a mile from my house. But you know what, dude? The same thing happened with the pine that my kid has. He was just doing from a ramp, like jumping from a ramp and trying to do as a no slide, and the thing just turned off, and it didn't want to turn back on. And the weird stuff was the wheel. Well, feels like it was on. You know what I mean? Like when you have the board, it's off, but you push it and it is not free push.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's resistance if you were to try to roll it.
And I tried to ask everyone, and no one know the answer. So I just took it for future motion because the board was in warranty. I was kind of embarrassed a little bit because, dude, the board looks really destroyed. You know what I mean? Like, how my kids ride, do all the jumping and stuff.
Those that don't know, Gustavo, you're the father of One Wheel Kids, this like phenoms that's blowing up on Instagram. And those that are not following it, just look it up at One Wheel Kids.
I didn't mention it because does anybody not know that, Lyle? Like, could they not know who his kid is at this point?
Oh, I think they know the kids, but I didn't know Gustavo until this week. So
I would love to have my kids right now, but it's cool stuff. They are kids.
Oh, whatever. Good priorities, Gustavo. Come on. Yeah. So
anyways, I took my board to future motion, even though my board was all messed up. You know what I mean? Like the board is like 3 months old, 120 miles, but it looks like it's like 20,000 years old board.
Well,
did
they fix it?
I took over there. I was praying to get it covered with a warranty, and it was. I mean, believe it or not, it was. I was impressed.
Good for you.
That was covered for the warranty, though. Yeah, shoot out for future motion. I mean, they always help me out with all my board and stuff.
Listen, here's the thing,
Gustavo, in the period of 1 year. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that because I want to make sure that if you're a new rider, a lot of new riders find their way to our show because it's kind of like a place where you can learn, catch up on the community and kind of figure out who the members are and some of the contributors are. And there's a lot of good info here on this show. And, quite frankly, like I want to make sure you realize I am not somebody who just like bought my board very quickly and then it just like immediately bricked. Like Belly knows. Lyle, can you please speak to this? What is this legacy board? I don't even know that I own this, but I have like one of the first XRs, never had any issues with it, over 2,000 miles.
Yeah, it's got that stamp on a rail. I forget what the terminology is there. I know the one for the
Frontier,
I think. Frontier, that's the one, yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's right.
My board
Frontier.
has 2,500 miles on it. I just replaced everything internally just for it's like, just to make it run for even longer.
Bob,
and I've never had a problem with it.
So Bob,
it even had the original inductor since day one.
So
and
Bob,
I know that was a problem for a lot of people at the time.
Yeah, so we all believe in the stability. When people say these things are built like tanks, like I would put my name behind that. Like for the most part, other than Bob, like I know sometimes like there's numbers like 4806 was trash. Can you speak to that? Like lately it's been pretty good, right?
I mean 4208 probably was like the only blunder that they had really.
How long ago was that?
My 4206 board, I've never had a problem with it ever.
How long ago was 4208?
2018, 17,
2018,
18.
early 2018, I think.
And Lyle,
I don't know. I'm not good with dates. I'm just good with the hardwares and knowing the problems with them.
Nate Spuick is here, and he rides a 4206. Checking in, says it's amazing. Nate, have you ever has your board ever turned off while riding it? We got no audio, bro. Hammy, unmute yourself. There you go.
There we go. That's better. Technology, right?
Hey, he's a professional, guys.
That's Nate from Fordged, everybody. Nate from Fordged.
Believe it or not, I had the mic muted because I've been eating nerds over here.
I was watching you, and I'm like laughing here.
Give me some.
I'll slam some of these. I don't want to cause some disturbance. 4206. I've got a little bit under 2,000 miles on my board. I think it's 16 or 1,800. And I don't think I've ever had it turn off. I've had one board turn off on me. Actually, when I was out in DC with the DMV crew, we were actually in the reflecting pool when it was drained.
Oh yeah.
It was nighttime. We had a huge headwind coming at us, and I actually had a board shut off then. That was the only time that I personally had one. I'm not sure what the model or the firmware was or the hardware, but that's the only time that I've had it happen. And again, I was only going like maybe 10, and there was a massive headwind going forward.
Oh, okay. So the force brought. Okay, but did it turn back on?
Yeah, but
Okay.
that was the only time that, like, not a nosedive, like you're saying, where it literally shuts off.
Yeah.
And then I go to the board
Yeah.
and it's off.
What
It's
do we-
only happened to me one time, and it was on that board. But yeah, my 4206 has been glorious for the amount of abuse that it's taken. So
Belly, can you get in here and help me name what happened to me, because it wasn't a nosedive. It was more of a butt. Is it an ass dive? Was it a butt dive? What are we calling this? Belly?
he's going.
Can you go to his camera? Where is he? Click on him, Lyle. Let's see where he's at.
He's not here.
Let's go to his bedroom. He's gone? He left?
Yeah.
Well, I think what happened.
He said he was having audio issues, and then he disappeared.
Okay.
He might be.
What are we calling it? A butt dive? Ass dive.
Butt dive sounds like a great term. I like that.
Butt dive.
Nick,
All right,
what would you call that?
Oh, there he is. Nick, you got any ideas for us?
I'd go with butt dive.
Butt dive.
Let's do butt dive.
Butt dive's good. Nick from PinkOak. Look, Nick, I'm going to come to you in a second, man. Thank you for joining the show. Do you have any kids, sir?
2, man.
2. Do they ride one wheels? Are they old enough?
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of wanted to transition into kids a little bit and see, because Gustavo's here and his son is one of the just the coolest damn riders to watch, dude. I'd rather watch him than some of the adult riders around here. So I'll get to him in a second. But Nick, what is it like to watch your kid progress, I suppose, on a one wheel?
You know what? It's crazy because he's quite like me. He just sort of picked it up and just started going.
Yeah.
And he got to, I mean, he progressed very quickly, actually. It was really cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm very proud of him. He got to the point within a week and a half, 2 weeks, where he was good enough to come on a big shred around London with me and about 30 other riders. So everyone kept on commenting how cool and how confident he was of a rider. So I was, really proud. It's good. It's good fun as well.
Gustavo, take it. I mean, you've obviously, can you tell, what's your son's name, Gustavo?
Well, I had 2 kids. The youngest one is Lennon, and the oldest one is Sebastian. Lennon, I think Lennon is 7 though, and Sebastian is 9.
Awesome.
So I'm going to start playing.
Go.
Lyle, can you let me screen share real quick?
Oh,
That's a
dang it.
fine. Quick find in the penny jar.
We are professional people.
It's because you got bunghole the other day on your board.
All right, so let me do this. Here, I'll come here. And then I just want to show some of what he's doing because it's really neat. I mean, this kid's done a bunch of stuff. Here, let's play this for the people. Here we go. Like I'll never do that. I'll never do that.
Rail grab on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was me.
Send.
Yeah, dude, that was my bad at the end of the video.
Yeah, get out of his way, Dad. Let's go.
What the hell is wrong with you?
That is insane.
Oh, this was a nice little steep one. You saw this, Lyle?
No, which one was this?
Oh, this is fun.
Is this the one he has a big air at the end? There, yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
Kid loves his flight fins. Just ripping it. Well done. And then I believe there's one. This one, I would not attempt this. I simply would not
dude,
attempt that.
Actually, dude, my oldest kid tried that, and he ended up hitting like a nasty fall with that pole, with that PVC in his belly. I didn't get that in video, but it was nasty though.
Yeah, we'll keep it positive. Moving on. He's like obviously a skateboarder too. So
Tony Hawk board.
Yeah, exactly. Kid knows what he's doing up in here. So
well, they all started when they were Lennon was 4 and Sebastian was 6. I mean, I always were into skating, like you know what I mean, like skateboarding and stuff back in the late 90s and early 2000s. So you know what, like every other parent, they want to teach the kid whatever they want. They was in the, I mean, whatever I did before. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the stuff that dads they do. You know what I mean? If you're a pilot, you want to teach your kid being a pilot.
Sure.
So what I did was I put my kid into skateboarding and stuff, and it was all fun and good. They was like going to the half pipe and everything at 4. It was like kind of impressive though. And then this commercial pop out in my Instagram about Onewheel. I was like, oh, what is this? And then I look it up, and then I saw the price, and I turned it off. You know what I mean? I was, hell no, dude. We are 3 people. I'm not buying 3 boards. You know what I mean? So I saw that was back in 2018, the beginning of 2018. So I saw this little board in Toys R Us called Neon Nitro board, whatever.
Oh,
it was
God.
Toys R Us was closing at that time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that board I think was like $400-$500, and I got it for $150 each one. So I was like, okay, let me just try this to see how my kids likes it and all the stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got it for them. They likes it a lot, and they forgot about skateboard because they say like, oh, dude, this board just moved by itself. Fuck a skateboard. You know what I mean? Like 2020. You know what I mean? Like we're all modification, all new stuff. So let's start trying those board in the beginning, and those board is super crappy board.
I'm showing a video of it right now. It looks like such a piece of trash.
I mean, but you know what, dude? It helps a lot, believe it or not, because when you learn in a hard way, then when you get a Onewheel, dude, it's like a piece of cake.
Gustavo, that's a really good point, because I remember snowboarding, and I snowboarded like the first thing that I ever owned was like some piece of crap that like my parents bought me for like $100 just to like, you know, get me down the mountain. And then like my buddy was like, hey, why don't you try this Burton board? And it was like, oh my God, I'm not falling anymore. Like this is so much easier.
And also that nitro board have a problem that if you go more than like 12 miles per hour, it just stops. It's not nose dive. It just short out.
So let me
my kids.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Kids fall. Yeah, my kids fall a lot of time on those boards, and they learn how to fall because of those boards. Because you are going 11. I mean, they were like 4 and 6 years old. They are going 11 miles per hour and then shut up.
That's not a good endorsement for
you know I mean? Yeah. I mean, no, I think that company doesn't exist anymore, if I'm not wrong.
Neon Nitro is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, but because of that, they learn how to fall.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And nowadays, when you see my kids jumping 6 foot, whatever, and they fall, they roll because of the nitro board. You know what I mean? Because they learn it the hard way.
So Nick,
and I think that's
Let me get it to
That
Nick if
is
that's okay.
something cool.
I want to get over in Nick's perspective. Thank you, Gustavo. It's really because it's well said. How do you get your kids to learn how to fall? Because I'm sure it's probably Nick like freaking out the first time they start riding.
Yeah, it's scary, dude. I mean, we had Jack when he first fell off. He was also 6 when he first started riding, and yeah, he went straight into a massive hedge of like nettles, and he had pricks all up his leg.
Oh no!
And you know what? He got up off the floor. He was like, he looked around and he was like, "Oh, this hurts." And then he just got up, and we were all but with a bunch of lads. There was probably 15 of us. And he just put on a brave face and he was like, "Let's go." I was like, "Dude, you're awesome."
Dude, if you don't freak out.
Yeah, but I mean, apart from that, he's fully kitted. He does fall well. He's very agile on his feet. And he just puts on a brave face and just sends it. Love it.
Bob Nicholson, tell me your best walk of shame story, because just yesterday I had to walk 8 football fields up about a 40-degree angle. Just straight up. I was literally like, how many football fields is this? I want to talk about it on the show. 8. I want to imagine that, holding your board in one hand and Clyde in the other on an extendable leash, who's like, pulling. And so really only have one hand. And if I go two-handed, then he's really pulling. By the way, it's fucking wet and muddy and it's getting all over me. So it was just the worst. Can you please save me with one of yours?
Was you have 2 hands, man. That sounds like a blessing, bro.
2 hands to walk with the one wheel? Dude, this thing is heavy. Whoever said that? Who is that? Dante? Dante, do you have a walk of shame story? Mr. Blazer Banzai joins the show.
Worst walk of shame? Probably about 2.5 miles.
Dude, are you just cursing the weight of the one wheel at that point?
You just slap it on your head, man. It's like a big water jug, and you just, you go to that special happy place where time stops existing, and you just make it happen, man.
Dude, I couldn't do it with the dog. Bob, save me. Do you have a story for a walk of shame?
Yeah, but it was back when I had a plus. Of course, I keep my board pretty well charged, so I don't get a lot of shutdowns when I'm not expecting it. But yeah, I was riding my plus, and I think I would get 3 or 4 miles out of that damn thing on a charge. Yeah, because I don't know, they didn't go very far when you're over 200 pounds. So I got stuck on a trail, and I think I had to walk like 2 miles back. And out here, it's not flat ground, so it wasn't a fun experience, I'll tell you that.
Nate,
I have learned the best way to carry it though is over your shoulder, holding the handle, and it's upside down, just like, and you're using it as a lever. That's
is the wheel on your wheel on your deltoid?
No, your foot pad is on your shoulder, and the whole rest of the board's hanging off the back.
What?
I got you. Yeah.
Okay.
It works for me.
All right.
I hate carrying it like sideways. I'm too short to have it by the handle.
It's the worst, dude. I'm too short. I'm walking like this. It's the worst. Everybody knows the little man hitch. So who else is on this call? Nate. Nate's got to have a story. Walk of shame.
Yes, I absolutely do. Okay, so I met up with a fellow rider in Chicago, and we went to a local park that is it's like an 8-mile loop. And at the time, I didn't have that many miles on my board. I want to say under 1,000. And I had my board fully charged. And at the time, I like doing a bunch of fang drags because I have fangs on my board. And we were 3 miles into the ride, and I started doing a bunch of these fang drags, and eventually the board just started acting funky on me, and then I was getting pushback, and it was saying that the board was dead. So I charged it for a little bit, and it just kept doing that. And we were halfway through this 8-mile circle. So it was if I didn't get this thing to go, I would have to walk this thing 4 miles.
Oh, God.
Charged it for a little bit, found a spot, and that got me another quarter of the way, but then it died, and I literally had to walk it. And this guy Michael was nice enough to walk with me, and I was like, dude, you don't have to do this, come on, I'll walk back to the car. And he's like, no man, don't worry about it. So he actually pulled me for a lot of it, but that was when I found out a little bit about the internal batteries and the different the different battery packs that came in the boards. The ones that I changed it out for a brand new 0 mile battery pack. That battery pack is actually just kind of like bad cells or something like that. So I had a couple that were going bad. It was a pink wrapped. If anybody knows anything about, once you start taking them apart, those battery cells have a certain color to them. And in some of the more earlier models, they used a pink wrapping, and then they changed that to a green wrap. And that's how you know whether or not you have a better battery cells or worse battery cells. So yeah, that was no fun because, dude, Onewheels, when they're dead, they are you can't do anything. You can't really ride on them. Like, holding them is like uncomfortable in this way, and then you change your hand position and it's good for 5 minutes, and then you're like,
it's the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Thank you so much, man. I know everybody here has all been there, but hey, we all get through it together. I've got to get through the rest of the show. So, Gustavo, we didn't even get to your music, my friend. What I'm hoping we'll do is have you on a show in the near future, and we can highlight a little bit more of what you do, because you've got more than one, one-wheeling in your life. Is that okay?
I have more than one? I couldn't hear you.
Because, it seems like you've got a lot more than one-wheeling going on in your life. I know you're a musician. I want to talk to you about that, too. So we'll have you back. Is that cool?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I play in a band, like a punk rock kind of hardcore band. I play drums or guitar, whatever I need to play in that moment. And also, I own a recording studio here in Orlando, and I produce band.
So we're going to have you back on, and we're going to highlight some of that stuff. We're going to play that music, whether you allow us to or not. I'm not paying you a copyright fee, so I hope that's okay.
No, you can play whatever you want, as long as you can handle it. Play whatever you want.
Thank you, dude. And then, of course, Nick from PinkOak is the best. Nick, you're a friend of the show, and you're always welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us. Bob Nicholson as well. Just a huge day. Bob, have a great day out there. Get weird for us.
Right on. I'll save that for this weekend.
Hey, weird. Hey, Bob, do you crinkle or fold?
Lyle!
Don't start with me.
We'll be back in 30 seconds. Oh, but before we are anywhere, of course, I've got to tell you about streetshred.com. Come on now, I've been yelling at you. What are you doing? You haven't gone there yet? What is taking you so long? They're sitting there offering you the most innovative one-wheel parts with not them, but you, the one-wheel rider, in mind. It's not for me, it's for you folks. So whether you're trying to make your board more visible at night, and you want to get nuke wraps, you want to get reflective hub kits, maybe you just want to get a Night Shark fender system. Maybe you just want to hang out with Belly, who's joining the show now, and you want to spotlight his face. You do that by going over to streetshred.com. Damn it, I'm not going to tell you to do it again. You're wasting your time by not going there. Get over there now, streetshred.com. I won't say it again. With that being said, Belly, welcome back to the show.
That was a good read. That was a good read.
Thank you. No, really, Belly, it's good to be back. Do you have construction going on there, or what's the deal?
They're currently on lunch break.
Very awesome. Good. Very good. All right, I do appreciate our audience. What's up in the social media lounge? Is anybody around that? Can anybody give me something? What's going on, or should we just?
Oh man, they were saying Nate's doorknob looks like a huge earring.
Nate, go to your door. Go to Nate. Let me see Nate.
I can position it.
Sibling, man.
It's like, what is this? What up? I'm into. I feel like I got like a Aladdin genie thing going on here.
That is amazing.
There you go.
Very, very good. So let's do a little bit of what would Jim say. We love this game. We've getting to know everybody, the characters on the show a little fun that we have to transition into something different. We don't have a ton of time with it, but we're going to go around and we're going to have statements that are said, and then we're going to find out what our best impressions of what Jim, who, let's get Jim on here, would say. I want to show Jim as we do our impressions of him. As somebody says, your boss asks you to stay late. What would Jim say to that? What would Jim say if your boss asks you to stay late, Lyle? What do you think Jim says?
No.
Belly, what would Jim say?
When you get a hard no from Jim, you understand he really means no. So
shit is serious. Belly, what would Jim say if his boss asked him to stay late?
I'm the boss around here. Get out of here.
There you go. Hold on. There it is. I think. Am I the only one that feels like Jim's just like, sure, what else? What do you need?
I don't think so.
I
think you are the only one.
I'm taking sure what else. I'm taking sure what do you need? I'm saying jump how high? That's what Jim would say.
Within business hours, yeah.
Within
A very specific amount of jumping can be had during business hours.
Jim, what would you say? Your boss asks you to stay late.
Back in the day, it was come in early, leave late. Now that I am the boss, I tell myself to go home and take a nap.
Boom.
I'm the boss. Get out of here.
I'm the boss.
What would Jim
Get
say
out of here.
if a girlfriend asks, how can we take this relationship to the next level? What? Who wrote this?
Back in the day, mind you.
This
Back
is
in
before
the
he
day.
was married. What would Jim say if a female friend, they've not kissed yet? No, just some sparks flying as if they were riding some dragon tails. A female friend asks, how can I take this?
I think he would quote Andrew Williams by saying, "You can't tell me what to do."
Belly, do you have any takes on this? This is a tough
You
one.
had me at hello.
Oh, the romantic.
Yeah, Nate, I'm still formulating an answer.
He mentioned like this is a while ago, so obviously he would have to say, well, if we're really going to be stepping it up a notch, then I'm going to put you in my top MySpace friends list.
Wow,
Remember that?
MySpace
That was, like,
me.
Next level.
MySpace?
Say top 8. Get some.
Top 8. Oh man, I think I had like a top.
Oh,
16.
top 8.
A female friend.
Legitimate gripes, man.
A female friend asks, how can we take this relationship to the next level? I think Jim says, baby, we're already there.
I'm so bad at signals. When I was younger, I would have said, I thought we were already there. I thought this was the next level.
All right, last one.
This is it.
Last one. Let's do
you
one
want me to
more.
marry you?
We got to roll.
Yeah, exactly.
What happens if a daughter asks, what should I be when I grow up? And he has a daughter, so this could be awkward. But daughter asks him, what should I be when I grow up? Jim says, Belly?
Oh, good. I get the first option. So I'm going to say anything you want to be.
Yeah, that's
princess.
easy. There you go. All right, Lyle, what do you think?
I think he starts showing her Bethany Hamilton videos of this ripper shredder girl from Hawaii. Unfortunately, she did have a shark accident, lost her arm, but that didn't stop her from even winning competitions as a surfer, professional surfer.
Yeah, I'm going with that. I'm going to go with that. I want that. Wow, well done. That's very good.
Definitely.
We have things to do. I got to move on,
To the
man.
moon!
To the moon! We got to recap the group ride. If you didn't see, you're just
Like
tuning
me.
in. That was really hectic. What, Belly? What do you got?
I was saying, like me.
He didn't see any of the group ride.
Oh, that's true. He did. Okay, so no, look, that was a lot of fun. Honestly, what I wanted to do with Belly is play him a surprise. Look, I'm going to start off by asking, are you okay?
Yeah, fine. Thanks for asking. Next question.
Yeah. How do you feel about when people ask you, are you okay?
I'd say what's wrong with my face.
Last episode of our patrons only podcast.
Are you okay? Can you guys survive without me for an hour?
No.
Are you okay?
No.
I'm not asking you because you missed any of today's show. I'm asking you because of what happened on the last episode of the Patrons Only podcast, which you can catch at patreon.com/TTR Studios LLC. Why are you not there? It's awesome. It's really the unhinged version of this show where Belly lost his shit. And I want to play it because I have never been more uncomfortable. We're really good at holding it within our boundaries. And lately, we are just off the rails. And I had to cut this up.
Can't remember what I said at all.
Do you not remember? Does anybody know where I'm going with this? Lyle?
I'm ready.
You're peeling off a scab for me. Thank you. But can we just move forward with this and get this segment done?
This was crazy. So all I was trying to do
What
was,
awkward shit show did you drag me through, Adam?
oh, is Dante still here? Holy shit. Blazer.
Wait to show a suspension.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. All right. So we're going to get to him in 2 seconds. Dante,
Exactly
I
what we
apologize.
talked about yesterday.
But basically, this is Belly
I feel like I brought this up during pre-show.
The patrons only podcast.
last time.
Don't explain the joke. If you know what this is, you're welcome. You're so welcome, Jim. Well done. God, Adam Sandler really has had some bangers. And that actually takes me to, did you guys see what he did on Twitter for their 25th anniversary of Happy Gilmore?
No.
Belly,
I did see it.
Belly, you saw that? Why don't you set it up? I'm going to pull it up on my Twitter.
So I don't know if you've heard of this little movie called
people
Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler plays
What?
hockey player with anger management issues who finds his footing.
Belly, we've all seen Happy Gilmore.
You spend more time in the sand traps than
I'm sorry.
David Hasselhoff.
While you're setting it up, I'm trying to slow roll you into the fucking thing. I'm trying to explain to anyone else who hasn't seen Happy Gilmore before that maybe this is what it's about, just in case you've never fucking heard of it.
Ladies and
You're
gentlemen,
setting it up, and now you're telling me, oh, we've all heard of it. Fine. We've all heard of Happy
ladies and
Gilmore.
gentlemen,
Go
this
ahead.
is a
Talk
roll.
about it. Say what it is.
This is. I'm going to call it what it is. I'm going to call it what it is. This is a role reversal. Belly getting a long way to beat around the bush, and then Adam's like, raw.
Set us up. 3 seconds later, we all know.
I don't know what to do with myself now. I just got roasted.
I think I peed a little.
Oh my God. Okay. So that was on the last episode of the Patrons Only podcast. Belly, that was the best, man. I deserved it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Coming from someone who hasn't seen a majority of movies in the history of time, I'm surprised I don't have to explain Happy Gilmore to you. In all honesty,
I love you, man. Dante, you've got a board with suspension. What the F, dude? Is this thing even rideable? Let me show the people. What is this? How is this even happening?
Well, it all started when I broke my shoulder into 3 pieces. Actually, last year I messed up my pelvis a couple times. And I reached out to Kill Guards and I was like, hey, you guys just released a suspension kit. I'm a big fat motherfucker who one wheels. So maybe help you sell some shit with doing some promo stuff while I heal. And they're like, hey, we can send you out a demo kit, but you got to wait for another company to send it back to us, or you can buy one at cost if you're interested in that. And I was like, I'm never gonna ride this fucking thing. I don't need suspension, right? And like less than a week later, I was riding my EUC, had a cutout, broke my shoulder into 3 pieces, and I was like, yo, what's up, Kilgars?
Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry.
Anyways, they were cool about it, and they were like, yeah, we'll still honor that. And they hooked me up with one of their black suspension kits here. And I've messed around with it a little bit. I put some air shocks on there and done some other customizations. But yeah, basically, right now, riding this thing is actually smoother on my shoulder than driving my car is. I don't really know if that's an indictment against my car or how awesome this one wheel is, but it's an excuse to one wheel, man. So
oh no, I'm sure. Dante, what version of EOC was it? Do you know?
It was a S18.
S18. Okay.
I honestly don't really know what happened. There's not any local guys who work on them, so.
Well, let me do this. Dante, are you here for a minute? Like, are you kicking it with us for this show?
Yeah. Lyle said, hey, do you mind just being available for the show? So I was like, yeah, I got the hour.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, cool. Because I want to hang out with you. I want to ask you some more questions, but I see that we have 2 guests in here that we have slotted for right now, and I don't want to.
No sweat, man. We got it.
Okay, so Evelyn and Mike are here from Meals on Wheel. Lyle, will you take this away? Because I'm so excited to talk to learn about this whole project.
So I've heard about these guys just through Instagram, and I think most of us have. And then at Meals on Onewheels, Evelyn and Mike, they're the founders, I believe, of this organization that worked alongside with the friends of ours at Float Addicts, and it talks to my heart, man. The community aspect, the reach out, like, okay, we're here. What can we do? And I'm going to turn this over to Evelyn and Mike, and you guys, I'm going to actually ask you to go ahead and puke all over us, man.
Go on, Mike. You got this.
So, Mike, what is this? Tell us about Meals on One Wheels. Oh, I don't hear
Oh,
him.
you're muted, brother.
He's not muted. No, he's unmuted.
Oh, fuck.
There you go. You're good. You're good.
The
first words we heard.
Kid show. Kid show.
Sorry about that. I thought I was on the mute button. But hey, man, it's an honor and a privilege to be here with y'all, bro. Wow. Meals on One Wheels is just a forever forming, evolving project with just major Stokes. I've been doing community activism, community work in the Bay Area here in Oakland, San Francisco, Antioch area. Fed over 5,000 people. We clean up trash. We help out organizations doing a bunch of different things. And I reached out to Ev. Shout out again, as you said, Float Addicts. Float Addicts in the Wheel area and Anti-X. They hosted this giant mega ride. I'm about 1.5 years deep in one-wheeling, and I saw a flyer and I was like, oh shit, there's more of me? Like, fuck, like people are meeting together. So I immediately went and I was just mesmerized. I was just, the vibes. Everyone is so nice. Everyone is so cool. People are coming from all over the state, all over the region, all over, just merging together and creating this really good atmosphere. Definitely what we needed. 2020 was kind of trill, right? And this was like an outlet for us to just decompress and just spread good Stokes. So it made sense during those rides. I reached out to Ev because she does a lot of videography, a lot of videos, she's on top of the social media. Shout out, Ev. And I was like, come through to a Myriad Outreach project and film. Like, I'd love for you to film. And I planted that seed. And then that's where I met Ev. Ev, go ahead, take it off. What else? How did that happen?
Yeah, so I actually, on the mega ride, that wheel area and Float Addicts created, I didn't even know how to one wheel yet. I was literally on my bicycle. And I filmed every moment because I was like, dude, this is so cool. Like, they were pulling me up a hill on the one wheel while I was biking because I couldn't pedal up. And so, like, after I filmed it, that's when Mike reached out. And so we're like, hey, you know what? Like, let's humanize the process of one wheeling and, people that are volunteering and giving back. And so when we did that, we wanted to make it a thing. And we were like, hey, why don't we pass out these good bags of goods to people on one wheels? It'll speed up the process. And it was just kind of a thing that kind of organically grew, and we've already fed up to 800 people so far. Our next one is March 20th. In Santa Cruz, and we actually had our one wheel show up on our last event. They contacted us and they decided to come through, raffle out some merch to our volunteers to appreciate all their hard work. And it's pretty amazing, something that just started from community economics, literally funded by whoever wants to donate, and it all started, Mike and Mike was doing this for so many years. I just kind of threw the idea out, hey, I just started one wheeling. Let's make this a thing.
This is really cool. So where do you see Meals on One Wheels kind of expanding to in the next year, 2 years or so?
Man, we shout out again to Jack and Adam for coming and using their platform and sharing it and stuff. And he was like, yo, we want to see this go national. And I'm like, bro, we're going global. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, the reach of the one wheel, man, my motto is anytime I'm riding, complete stranger, gotta hop on, right? Hop on this thing, get the Stokes going. So we see this as branching off. We see right now we're perfecting our recipe. So we can not be gatekeepers, but empower everybody. We don't want more followers. We want more leaders. We want this showing up in your city, right?
Exactly.
We have the framework of a mega ride, some fundraising tools, some community outreaches. And again, as Ev said, this thing is 100% community driven. All of the supplies, all of the food, all of the protective equipment, everything is provided from our online community. So social media is a big help. And what we're doing is we're tapping into more and more circles, and we're having everybody share within their networks. And this thing is like wildfire right now.
So how do people, can people just donate, or what's the deal? How do they contribute to this?
Yeah, we got a link tree. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we just have a link tree account on our Meals on One Wheels on Instagram. We have GoFundMe, we have PayPal, and we have Venmo. And we just kind of market and just say, hey, we're looking for to raise money to give back to the community. We provide gloves, socks, beanies, a warm, healthy meal, and a bunch of other things in it, hygiene products. And what we're also doing is a donation drive where it involves the companies or businesses who want to collaborate with us so that we can triple double dip, is what Mike always says, to get into their market, get into hey, like you have some socks or blankets you're not using, bring it to the shop. Let's make it a party, and then let's make it a ride after we do the whole volunteering experience. It's just pretty much positive vibes, happy people. You know, it's like the community itself. Like that's why I one wheel, because of the people.
Yeah, brick and mortar businesses right now during COVID, we're, you know what I mean, just getting beaten down and extracted. All these major corporations are just doing super fine. So we really perfected is linking up with local businesses in our cities, whether it's San Jose, Oakland, San Francisco, partnering up and say, hey, we love your business. We love what you do. Let us collab. Let's put a banner up there. Let's just put a box or a thing and let people donate throughout the month, hygiene supplies, socks, whatever. And then let's also have a fundraiser. Let's pull up at a bar. Let's pull up at a restaurant and let's flood it with patrons. So you're constantly adding into local businesses while doing something good. So it's like everything's intertwined, making all the networks stronger.
I'm so excited for that happening again, where it's just like warm weather, no masks, everybody's loving everybody. We can just go out there and just freaking throw down. I'm in. Can we be in for $100? We'll do that. We'll dip into our pool. We're in for $100. That's fine.
Literally feeding hundreds of people with that. Like,
Happy to do
it's
it.
not possible without this, man. Thank you for sharing your platform and thanks for that generous contribution, bro. Wow.
No, we're
Thank
happy
you.
to do it.
With
Lyle, you're
Stoke
good,
Blokes Stoke Blokes is going to match that to $100.
Oh shit! Bring it.
There you go. That's
Bring it.
Wonderful. We're already funded for the next month.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and fund 100 of my own cash on that as well.
Jim, that's 3. Look at that. We're coming 3.
Are we inviting more guests on? Just keep going.
All right,
Let
very
me go out
good.
to the internet real quick.
Thank you guys for
Real
joining
talk,
us.
like that right there, that chunk is we're breaking it down into sections so businesses can easily tap in. Like we have a resource distribution side, we have a food side, and as we said, next one is in Santa Cruz. One Wheel is going to be there. We're raffling off merch. If you're in the area, slide through. You know, everyone's going to be there.
I got 100 right here. Where do I put it?
Where do I put it? What's the mailing address?
Printer, just put it in the
Send it
printer.
to the Stoke Blokes side.
Oh, guys, thank you for joining us. This has really been great. And we're let's just shout it out. And if you're at home, help them out. It's a good cause. It's really good. And they seem
Instagram, Meals on One Wheels. We're taking over the world. It's not anything without people like you. It's a community power, people power, the circle of life. Spread the Stokes, man. Let's
It's global.
go.
It's
Yes,
global.
sir.
It's
Yes, sir.
global.
Appreciate y'all so much, man. Thank you for sharing your platform. Meals on One Wheels on everything.
You're welcome, guys.
It
Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been awesome. We've got a whole bunch of people here doing good things, and Evelyn and Mike are really leading the train on that one. So thank you again to them. That's Evelyn and Mike. Meals on One Wheels. I'll go ahead and just show this for you if you want to look at the website. You can see what they've got going on here. You can make a donation, GoFundMe right here. You can make a on Venmo right here if you want to do a donation that way. So, and it looks like Mike's still here. Mike, did I miss anything? Hold on, Mike, go ahead.
If something like this in your city or your town, reach out to us on Instagram. We will help you build this thing.
There it is.
Reach out to us on Instagram, Meals on One Wheels.
Meals on One Wheels. This guy, welcome anytime. Thank you, dude. All right, well, let's, man, Dante.
No offense to any other cause out there, but I think that's one of my favorites of all time that the One Wheel community has put out there. So good for them for
Yeah,
doing
no,
that.
I'm glad. Dante maybe, has been sitting
Dante
around
actually
for a while.
participated in this last one with them. He was there, broken arm, handing out freaking
Was
food.
he? Here, man. Is he still with
Hey,
us?
hey. I had a totally legit Saturday, man. Like, not only did I show up and ride and help out, I even had a fucking nosedive. So it was a legit fucking one.
Leading the circle of life on the One Wheel.
Dante, can I ask you a question about the suspension, man?
Well,
Because
hey, I don't know if you're seeing this in the social media
Yep.
lounge too, guys.
I was just about to say that too.
Go ahead.
Social media lounge is popping off. Floating Beaver One Wheel Shop will match $100. Swerve is gonna match $100. So fund it
Let's
up.
go. Let's go.
Wow.
Thank y'all, man.
To the
That's
moon.
beautiful. Thank you so much, y'all. Wow, that means the world. Thank you.
Tendies
Get this
to
popping
the moon.
off the ground get it deep into the summer and just help it blow up even more.
Man,
Yes,
that's
sir.
great. All right, good job, everybody. Thank
Mike
you.
and Evelyn, thank you guys so much, man. I wish you guys the best of luck, and we're on this train with you guys.
Yeah, for
Appreciate
sure.
you all. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Meals on One Wheels. So, Man, what a fun show today. I want to make sure, because the title of the show is actually Suspension One Wheels, and there might be some people who are on here who are going, hey, get to the God blessed suspension.
Clickbait.
No, it's not. It's not, though. It's not.
I'd rather it be Meals on Wheels, One Wheels, okay?
I'm totally fine with exactly how today's show has gone. It's been one of my favorite in a long time. But I will say, I feel as if that thing looks dangerous. If I fall, it's going to sever my leg. Am I wrong, Dante Dee?
Yeah, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You just need to maybe about it, and you just need to get over it.
Dude, look at that thing. It's like halfway up my calf.
Adam, I'm busting your balls, dude. I'm not being serious.
Hey, Adam, how often are your balls rubbing against your wheel or your fender?
I'm chafing, Belly. I'm chafing up real bad.
I got these TFL pants, and they usually help keep my balls inside them. So, shout out to the float life.
So can you wear? Can you
Hang low.
Can you ride with a fender? I guess there's no that murders your fender option, right? Which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I think you could probably get away with like a float life fender, but anything else, you're probably gonna have to take like a saw and modify it.
But is it, what is the benefit?
Modifying my Lancer contour fender and getting it in there, but just like sawing off maybe about an inch off each side.
What's the benefit of it? If I wanted to do it myself, sell me on it.
Well, right now I'm in a 10 to 12 week recovery with my shoulder in 3 pieces.
Please be careful.
And like I said, riding this is actually smoother on my body than my car is right now. So it's actually more sketchy for me to like get in my car and, go for like a 5-minute drive than it is to go for like a 20 or 30-minute one-wheel ride.
Wow.
So
it's
one of those things where it's like, okay, I can be out for 2 or 3 months, or I can do my thing. And if you're like in my position where you don't have like a super cushy suspension system in your car, it's one of the best ways to get around. So
Dante, are you going to keep it on?
It's definitely a luxury type of thing, and it is early iteration. And I do understand your worries about getting hurt on it. So I did some things like I reached out to Bart Miller. He gave me some advice on how to switch some things up on there.
Wait a minute, you reached out to Bart Miller for safety?
Yeah, man. You gotta go to the source sometimes.
I guess that's true. If anybody knows how to send it, it's that guy.
Insane.
I love him. Bart, I love you, dude.
Hey, Dante, how heavy is the board now that it's all built with the suspension? This is from the social media lounge. And then did you notice any like range reduction?
Okay, so the thing about the whole system is it's a full replacement set of rails, right? So the only thing you're really adding on is those brackets. And as far as the weight goes, it depends on your shocks a lot. Like right now I've got some cheap air shocks on there. And that makes the board pretty light, but it comes with coil shocks. And I don't know if you ever messed with coil shocks, but they're pretty heavy, like 2 to 3 times as heavy as an air shock. So with like the stock setup, I'm probably adding like 5-8 pounds. With the setup I have right now, 3 to 5 maybe. Not very noticeable, honestly. And the cool thing is too, I'll just show you real quick. Sorry, one hand.
What you're saying is that to counterbalance, the rider
you
needs
can
to lose 8
you see
pounds
these
or
things
so.
on the left and right side, of the shock, like those are really convenient handholds. So it's like you got 4 new handles basically to grab your stuff.
No walk of shame for this guy.
Stride of pride.
I'm a little sketched out to try Bob's advice.
Can you do it for us right now? Can you do it for? No, don't do it for us. And I forget you have a bum shoulder. Do not do that. But
I'm guessing you're not going to carry that thing on your head anymore.
I mean, it looks pretty fucking metal if I did, huh?
Dude, what do you hope Future Motion drops next? It's right around the time where they should probably drop something soon.
Adam, I got a story to tell you, dude. Okay, so we're wrapping up Meals on One Wheels before the mega ride, like maybe about an hour or two before the Float Addicts mega ride. And I see I think it was Adam and Jack Mudd.
Yeah.
From One Wheel. I think Adam was the other guy's name. But anyways, I walk up to Adam first and I'm like, hey man, you gotta try this. And he's like, oh, yeah, right. I've been wanting to check that all day. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool. So he gets on there, tools around for a little bit, comes back, eventually make my way to Jack. And I was like, you want to try this thing. He just sort of looks at me and he's like, all right. So anyways, he goes off. He has a good time. He comes back. I'm recording on my camera, right? And I see him rolling up after he comes back from his little ride. And he's got this look on his face like, I better not fucking see this on Instagram.
You know he loved it.
I'll send you that picture either on Facebook or Instagram. It's
Please do.
Hilarious.
Please do.
For the sake of not like causing issues for kill guards, I didn't actually share that picture. But
you're a good dude, Blazer Banzai. You guys know him as Blazer Banzai in the social media lounge. Dante Dee, thank you for your patience and hanging out here all day long. I hope you guys give him a warm round of applause in the SML. We'll catch up with you again, sir. You're always welcome.
Thank you, brother.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Very good. He is Dante Dee.
On behalf of Mike and Evelyn, Kai, I'm going to say thank you. Kai just threw it up in a social media lounge that Swerve just donated over at the GoFundMe, and that's huge.
Nice. Keep it up. Let's go. $100. Everybody, just keep mowing in cash. I gotta get to the Fordged
all year long.
The Fordged top 3. It's coming up right here. You tune in and stay the 57 minutes just so that you can get to the best part of the show every single week. Nate Spuick from Fordged, Fordged, puts together top 3. Nate, are you ready to take us through this?
Always.
Let's
always ready.
Go, everybody. Let me share the screens. Pop it off here. All right, dudes.
Bingo bango.
Take it away, Nate. Here we go. And we'll show it to everybody as well. Here we go.
Top 3 of the week. We actually have a little bit of a slam compilation here.
Oh, this is good.
There it is, yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a broken collarbone.
Dude,
There's some rough ones. He was wearing a lazy rolling jacket, though, so you know what? I think he might be okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still a broken collarbone.
Tyler Van G for the next one, like, absolutely just killing it. I mean, this was just, it was tough. I'm glad that I got it on film. And he was fine. Everybody's fine. But, yeah, you got to watch those transitions sometimes because they can be very rough. I mean, just dent him.
How bad did he screw up his right ankle?
He actually was good. He literally had nothing more than a couple scrapes. Tyler Campbell for the #1 spot.
I mean, what did you expect? What did you expect?
And it does not end well.
That is amazing.
Yeah, as soon as you start doing racing stuff, that again, it never ends well. So, top 3 of the week.
Hey, it was keeping up with that horse though.
Really wild. Like, where did they? Like, yeah, let me race that horse.
I mean, what's he? Look, Tyler. Look, man. Thank you for joining us on the show in the top 3. You made it to Nate's top 3. What did you expect racing a horse, man? Come on. We gotta go.
Also, check in. I mean, since I'm married, I can't just go, willy nilly. Like, hey, $100. But the Fordged team, talk with the wife. I had to mute my mic a couple times, and we're also gonna be matching $100 towards the meals.
That is
Let's
awesome.
go, people.
Let's go. All right, $100 from everybody here at TTR Studios.
All I have to say, always talk to your spouse because I almost did. I was like, I should probably ask first before just doing it.
Nate, thank you, and thank you for joining us, dude. That's
to
awesome.
Tom Plevel. He just said he donated on the GoFundMe. That's freaking awesome.
Through the
Guys,
roof.
amazing.
Give him the VOOW bump, the TTR Studios bump. Let's go through the roof to the moon. We gotta go. 30 seconds. Belly, get us out of here, homie. Did he go
Muted.
to sleep? Is he gone
He
again?
muted himself. He muted himself.
I muted myself because I don't know if you can hear it, but construction has started back up in my house. So.
Lyle, I want you to end today's show, buddy. Take us home.
Really, just thank you to everybody who joined us. It was incredible as I try to replace my spotlight before I get scolding. I don't want another meeting about that. Nate, top 3 was just awesome. I really think that first guy, I wear lazy rolling too, but I think he had to have damaged his collarbone.
Check up on that. Somebody knows him, I'm sure.
Dante Blazer Banzai, awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us. Eve and Mike, good luck, man. We're just stoked, and aloha.
Post! I love you guys.